Today, I would like to tell you how the light entered my life and how I went through the dark soul of the night. I was working so hard at my job and for my family that I had repeated breakdowns. I was a giver. I used to give much more than I used to get, and I think in society, and especially a mother always feels that she takes too much of a burden and then she breaks down. Like, I have had so many breakdowns. Once when I made my house, and after that I was doing a job and looking after 4 children single-handedly, though my children also helped. But then there was this tension of managing everything, the finance, which was always a very big tension, and my job, which was not regular, which I had to work as usual, as I think thousands and millions of us do. It's more kind of slavery. We work much more and we get paid much less. So there was a time when I was literally living on, for many years I had this unconditional love which I used to receive from God, and I used to get guidance. I used to get guidance in mysterious ways, and intuitively I felt I need to do something which some of my children thought that I needed help, and I was psychologically not normal. But that intuitive help helped me so much. I transformed from being a person who was at the pity of other people. I felt so dependent on my children, and then when one by one my children left me in their own pursuit of their own interests, there were times when I could not get up. I was in a tremendous bad condition, emotionally and physically and psychologically. And I guess God was telling me to rest. So I was working too much because I love working. I'm a workaholic, and it gives me a lot of joy to work for others. And so I don't eat, I don't look after myself. So there was this phase when I was begging one of my children to stay back because I had to do this exam corrections for my college, and that has always been a very burdensome time. And she had to go somewhere, and because that was almost, she got a calling, and intuitively she felt she should go. So I didn't want to stop her, but that was once when I said, if you I don't know whether I'll find you, or whether you'll find me alive, because I was at the rock bottom of my energy level and I needed someone to look after me, and I felt very dependent on her. But when she left, I resigned and I said, God will look after me. And a very mysterious and strange thing happened. There was this little puppy who it was a street puppy, and it used to give a lot of love to everyone. Whoever it met, it was wagging its tail and licking and giving so much of love to everybody. And when my daughter left, I just felt that I'm not going to get through and I'm going to die. And I had surrendered, and I was at peace, and I was ready to welcome my death with open arms. I was ready to go and merge in the Divine Mother. And then a strange thing happened. I noticed that dog, it came and he's just sat down outside the door, and he would not leave me, and every day he would be there. And he used to come inside the house also, but then I could not get up, and he used to do certain things, and I used to feel the tension, and I don't know, he got hurt or what. And he used to come daily, and he used to sit outside, and I just felt that I'm not alone. And he is, through him, like it was as if he was telling me that I'm there, don't worry, I'm there, you're not alone. And then gradually his health somehow got affected, and he stopped drinking the milk or the bread or whatever we were offering him. And I got alarmed, and I told my son, just look what has happened. I got very, very, very disturbed. And then my son took him to the hospital, and they did whatever they had to. But then that little puppy, the dog, he did not survive, and he died. And before that, before his death, I told my son to bring him inside. He would not come inside the house, and I told him to carry him inside, and he was lying just below my bed. And I suddenly felt, I slept, and I suddenly felt as if I was in experiencing this ocean of peace. There was so much peace. There was so much peace, and I was just floating inside this immense unconditional love and peace. And when I got up my son, he said that I want to check, the puppy is not moving. And he checked, and the dog died. And I don't know how, it seems like a miracle, but I felt that when he reached the light, he was such a divine soul, giving so much of love and happiness to everyone. Obviously, he went into the arms of God, and I also shared the bliss for one moment. I was there in heaven with him, and after that, he died and he gave me his life. That is what I felt, because after that, I gradually started improving, and I got back my life. And it was as if God gave me my life. And I said, what do you want me to do, God? This life now is in your hands. I'm ready to do whatever you want me to. And from that day onwards, I knew that God is helping me. Every step, God is with me. I could feel it, and whenever I needed reassurance, I got it. I got it from uh, different channels. I started praying a lot, started meditating a lot. Since I couldn't move much, I was still healing. I was in this, still healing from my physical, emotional, psychological breakdown. So I got up very little, but I started feeling this unconditional love, this protection, and now I feel that I am not alone, and now I love being alone, because I connect to the divine, the source, and I feel the love. And I think it is beautiful, and I just want to tell all of you that it is possible. And I am still healing, but I am ready for the course, my soul's purpose, which I want to tell all of you that God is there with all of us, and we don't have to do anything special. God knows us, God knows what we go through, and He is always there giving us new hopes and dreams. It takes time, it happens very slowly, but it does happen. And I'm here to say that please believe in God. Please believe that is the only source from where you'll get unconditional love. So much love, so much of love, and so much of peace and healing. And please share it with everyone. Thank you.